Hello students, now I will discuss classification of oxide. Classification of oxides, I mean how many types are oxides are present, different types of oxide. Now I will discuss 4 types of oxides. First, acidic oxide, and acidic oxides are non-metal oxide. First you will learn acidic oxide are those which are non-metal oxide. You know which are non-metal in periodic table. Group 4, 5, 6, 7 are non-metal. Generally group 1, 2, 3 are metal. So acidic oxides are non-metal oxide. Acidic oxides are non-metal oxide. First point you will learn. Then acidic oxide reacts with water to form acid. First point, acidic oxide are non-metal oxide. Second point you learn, acidic oxides reacts with water to produce acid. Then you can learn they means acidic oxide reacts with alkali to form salt and water. They are also called acid anhydrides. Acidic oxides are known as acid anhydrides. Now, sulfur dioxide is a non-metal oxide. Sulfur trioxide, carbon dioxide, phosphorus pentoxide or phosphorus 5 oxide, all are non-metal oxide, so these are acidic oxides. Some acidic oxides are sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, carbon dioxide and phosphorus pentoxide or phosphorus 5 oxide. And acidic oxide reacts with water to produce acid. Sulfur dioxide is a non-metal oxide, so it is acidic oxide. Sulfur trioxide, it reacts with water to produce sulfuric acid. So acidic oxide reacts with water to produce acid. Sulfuric acid is the acid. And acidic oxide reacts with alkali to produce salt and water. So sulfur trioxide reacts with water, salt plus water. This is neutralization reaction. So you learn first point, acidic oxide are non-metal oxide. Second important point, acidic oxides reacts with water to form acid. Acidic oxide are all non-metal oxide. Non-metal oxide are acidic oxide, and acidic oxide reacts with water to produce acid. And acidic oxide reacts with alkali to produce salt and water. Now, basic oxide. Basic oxides are metal oxide. So basic oxides are metal oxide. Generally group 1, 2 and 3 in periodic table are metals. First point, basic oxides are metal oxide. Say calcium oxide, metal oxide, calcium is a metal, magnesium is a metal, sodium is a metal. So basic oxides are metal oxide, and basic oxide reacts with water to form alkalis. You see, sodium oxide is a metal oxide, I mean basic oxide, reacts with water to produce sodium hydroxide, is a alkali. And calcium oxide is a basic oxide, it reacts with water to produce calcium hydroxide, so it is also alkali. So you will learn first point, basic oxides are metal oxide. Basic oxides are metal oxide. Basic oxide, I mean metal oxide reacts with water to form alkalis. And they means basic oxide reacts with acid to form salt and water. Basic oxide reacts with acid to produce salt and water. Here copper 2 oxide is a metal oxide, basic oxide. It reacts with sulfuric acid to produce copper 2 sulfate, salt plus water. So what is basic oxide? First you learn basic oxides are metal oxide, and then learn basic oxide reacts with water to form alkalis. Metal oxide or basic oxide reacts with acid, reacts with water to produce alkali, and calcium oxide, basic oxide reacts with water to produce calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is an alkali, and you know alkali produces hydroxide ion in water. And basic oxide reacts with acid to produce salt plus water. Next, neutral oxide. Neutral oxide, so you know neutral, the oxides which have neither acidic nor basic properties are called neutral oxide. I mean neutral oxide have no acidic properties nor basic properties, they are neutral. And you have to know, you have to learn water, CO, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, N2O or dinitrogen oxide you can tell, and nitrogen monoxide NO or its name nitrogen 2 oxide are neutral oxide. So what's a neutral oxide? The oxides which are not acidic nor not basic, they have no acid and base properties, they are neutral. So water, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide and nitrogen monoxide are neutral oxide. Neutral oxide. Now amphoteric oxide, this is the number 4 types of oxide. Number 1 is acidic oxide, number 2 basic oxide, number 3 neutral oxide, number 4 amphoteric oxide. So the oxides which have both acidic and basic properties are called amphoteric oxide. I mean amphoteric oxide has both properties. Amphoteric oxide has acidic properties as well as basic properties. Amphoteric oxide has acidic properties and basic properties both, and they form salt with acid and complex salts with alkalis. I mean amphoteric oxide reacts with salt with acid but complex salt with alkalis. And aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, lead 2 oxide are amphoteric oxide. You have to learn this name. What's amphoteric oxide? Aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, lead oxide, these are amphoteric oxide. So you know amphoteric oxide produce salt with acid. Zinc oxide is a amphoteric oxide. It reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce zinc chloride salt plus water. This is neutralization reaction. This here, as zinc oxide reacts with acid, so here it works as alkali, and amphoteric oxide reacts with alkali to produce complex salt. Aluminum oxide reacts with hydroxide and water. AlOH4 minus. This is complex salt, complex ion, aluminate ion. This is aluminate ion. Zinc oxide reacts with alkali to form zinc cation. ZnOH whole 4 negative 2 zinc cation. This is complex ion. And lead 2 oxide also amphoteric oxide. So here they react with alkali to produce plumbate ion. PbOH whole 4 negative 2. So here aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, lead 2 oxide reacts with alkali. So they reacts as acid because they reacts with alkali. When amphoteric oxide reacts with acid, works as alkali. That means amphoteric oxide has both properties. Amphoteric oxide has acidic properties and basic properties. So this is the 4 types of oxide. First, you see this is classification of oxide. Acidic oxide, how many types of oxide? There are 4 types of oxide. Acidic oxides. Acidic oxides are non-metal oxides, and acidic oxide reacts with water to form alkali. Acidic oxide reacts with alkalis to form salt and water. Non-metal oxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, carbon dioxide, phosphorus pentoxide are non-metal oxide. So these are acidic oxide. This acidic oxide reacts with water to form acid. Acidic oxide reacts with alkali to form salt and water. Basic oxide, are metal oxide, and basic oxide reacts with water to form alkalis. They react with acid to form salt and water. Metal oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, sodium oxide. These are metal oxide, mean basic oxide. Sodium oxide is a metal oxide, basic oxide. They react with water to produce alkali. Calcium oxide also basic oxide. They react with water to produce calcium hydroxide alkali. Copper 2 oxide, basic oxide, reacts with acid to form salt plus water. Neutralization reaction. Neutral oxide, the oxide which have neither acidic nor basic properties, they are neutral oxide. Water, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, nitrogen 2 oxide or nitrogen monoxide are neutral oxide. Now amphoteric oxide, the oxides which have both acidic and basic properties are called amphoteric oxide. They form salt with acid and complex salt with alkalis. You know, aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, lead oxide are amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide reacts with acid to form salt. Here zinc oxide is amphoteric oxide, it reacts with acid to produce salt. Aluminum oxide is amphoteric oxide, it reacts with alkali to form complex salt, complex ion, aluminate ion. Zinc oxide forms zinc cation with alkali. Lead oxide reacts with alkali to form plumbate ion. This complex salt ion or complex ion. Thank you dear students, please subscribe, like and share my channel.